Hi folks, this is a quick video to show you some tricks to getting the Macbeth essay completed. So here's a sample. I gave you a sample A and a sample B. Let me get my cool feature on here, see if that works. There we go. So here in our first paragraph, you see I introduced the main idea of the play, of the paper, slowly by kind of taking us in through the prompt. And talking about Lady Macbeth as she is sort of unlike the stereotypical damsel in distress of most medieval dramas. So compared to most people of her time, her portrayal is very different. And it was sort of a shock to the readers or the viewers at the time to see someone portrayed like this. So that leads us to our thesis. Sorry, I'm messing with my tools here a little bit. And the thesis says, in fact, Shakespeare draws the character of Lady Macbeth as almost hyperbolic in her ambition in order to directly challenge his viewers' traditional ideas of female power. So this thesis statement really comes down to it's a defensible, complex idea that comes down to two main ideas. That Lady Macbeth is hyperbolic in her ambition, that she's created as an exaggerated, almost stereotype of her, of the ambitious, over-ambitious person, and she does it in order to directly challenge viewers' traditional ideas of female power, because she's female, so the insanity and the intensity of her ambition stands out all the more strikingly. So there's a thesis, and as you notice, it's a thesis that's going to need to be argued because it's not self-evident. There could be all sorts of reasons why Lady Macbeth is drawn this way. She could not really be hyperbolic in her ambition, etc. So, in other words, the things I've stated here need to be backed up with some evidence and some clear argument. So what I do is I then proceed down into the following paragraphs. Paragraph 2, I discuss, well, what were those traditional ideas? Okay, let's get a different color here. How about blue for paragraph 2? So what were those traditional ideas? So what is she drawn in juxtaposition to? What is she drawn in contradiction to? Well, Professor Susan Yankee explains, and this is where we get into the second part of what I'm trying to show you, which is integrating quotes and evidence. So as you're making your argument in your ensuing paragraphs, you want to use evidence from either the text itself or professional critics. Here we have a fake critic named Susan Yankee, who tells us that in Shakespeare's time, the whole natural order was understood in a hierarchy based on its role in nature, ordained by God. You notice I don't have to put Professor Yankee's citation here at the end because I've already cited her in the signal phrase. And the point of this is not to be right or wrong about what Professor Yankee says. The point is to show you how a quote is smoothly integrated into a sentence. Here I take one of Professor Yankee's quotes. I sort of chop it at the point of syntax that will fit into my sentence itself. So it sounds like Professor Yankee is essentially finishing my sentence, that we are so simpatico in our understanding of the play that her words fit right along into the syntax of mine. It's sort of a rhetorical trick, but it's really effective. And it makes your evidence seem that much more precise. And I go on to quote Professor Yankee a little bit more, but later I quote somebody else, which is Lady Macbeth herself. We talk about how she is, oops, I forgot the citation on Take My Milk for Gall. Oops. Anyway, I made a few mistakes here myself. But if you see Lady Macbeth, she herself is quoted as saying, it comes as a surprise, even now when Lady Macbeth calls on the quote spirits to quote unsex her. And then I cite the act, the scene, and the line number. Anytime in a Shakespeare play that a character is quoted, you want to cite the act, the scene, and the line number. Okay. So that is the way you integrate quotes and try to structure your paragraphs best to follow your thesis. I will have another video coming up because this one's running out of time. Hopefully that helps, and I will talk to you soon.